Halo, cek. Aduh. Halo, halo. Halo, halo. Kita ngelanjutin main questnya Genshin Impact. Dan nanti mungkin aku bakal lanjut main Valorant tapi maleman mungkin. Cuma kita habis main Only Up, kita main Genshin Impact gak kuat. Kita butuh heal, penyembuhan, gak buat main sama main Only Up. Aduh, enggak. Game aneh, enggak. Emang sih mungkin aku enggak terlalu jago, cuma aduh, males banget. Bentar guys, bentar. Loadingku lama. Du. Bentar. Oke, audionya masuk ke yang ini. Soalnya yang kemarin live stream itu Genshin yang pertama ternyata audionya gamenya itu ke tutup, jadi buat aku sendiri ngecek. Ternyata buat kalian nggak ada gitu. Oke deh, aman. Kita lanjut main quest. Mungkin kalau sempat daily quest juga boleh. Terus kita ganti Valorant mungkin ya. Ups. Cuma kelihatannya aku nggak bakal main Only Up lagi, nggak kuat aku. Gamenya tuh nggak bikin happy. Lebih ke game achievement sih itu kalau kita berhasil sampai atas. Tapi itu gamenya nggak bikin happy. Ya we will see ya. Aku manualin aja lagunya. Oh, by the way kemarin facecamku di kiri aja ya. Ya oke, kita kiri aja. Sini aja. Nah, kita itu kemarin mau sampai karavan ribat. Karena quest, kita mau masuk padang pasir. Cuma cuma kemarin itu ada sedikit teknis, jadi aku berhenti streamnya lebih cepat. Nah, kita mungkin ini bisa main 1 jam, 2 jam mungkin, aku kurang tahu, cuma buat ngelanjutin story. Tapi ini kalau buka map mungkin kita bakal daily quest bentar ya buat ngambil primogem. Lumayan buat gacha. Kemarin aku juga lupa gacha, sorry banget. Kita mungkin mau gacha Kazuha sih, lumayan ya. Apa senjatanya Kazuha? Apa senjata? Apa nge-build PT? Menarik juga nih. Soalnya kemarin itu kalau nggak salah aku dapet terakhir Nahida apa? Catching. 7 kali 5, 35, 37. Kita baru ke 37. Berarti ini habis ini PT-nya kena. Nah, cuma aku belum tahu juga sih. Kazuha C1 bagus nggak sih? Aku pakai Kazuha, cuma mengurangi 10% cooldown Ciaburu itu skillnya oke, menggunakan Kazuha slash akan nggak se-OP itu sih, nggak se-OP Raiden atau se-overpower siapa namanya, Yelan, nggak se-OP mereka. Apa senjatanya aja lumayan gitu kelihatannya begini.
Finally made it to Caravan Rebat. It's pretty lively here. So, just past this wall is the desert, huh? Oh, wow. Paimon remembers hearing people call this the Wall of Samiel. It's It's made to
By the way,
block
aku belum download
sandstorms from
bahasa
the
Jepangnya.
outside. Oh, if it's this tall, it's gotta be the divine work of Greater Lord.
Megah banget dia.
Enough gawking. Come on, follow me.
Sorry.
Huh?
Loh, kok bisa tiba-tiba ada al hitam?
Over here.
Oh, nggak auto ya. Yuk, let's go. Fokus.
Oh, hey, they went that way. Let's hurry up and follow
Tak
him.
kejar gue pakai
Wonder what he's
ayaka,
up to.
apa pakai Ilan? Berra, berra. Al hitam ini juga sebenarnya keren sih karakternya, desainnya ya. Desainnya keren sih. Tapi emang cowok-cowoknya Genshin tuh minus selalu. Minusnya tuh nggak pernah ada yang berototnya gede-gede, maco banget. Bahkan yang
What the? Where did he go?
Aratagi itu
How did we lose him?
kurus.
They were just here a second.
More Aramite mercenaries? Who are they working for this time? Anyway, traveler, it seems like we were being followed again.
You were too careless. You should have noticed those hopeless amateurs trailing you a long time ago.
Oke, kita dibuntut nih. Oke, kita tolong al hitam.
There's no need to thank me. I've never cared to keep track of All I did was correct a mistake I happened to come across. It's a habit I developed at the academia.
You really gave Paimon a scare, Alhaitham. We never thought we'd run into you here. Last time we met at Port Ormos, didn't you say you were going back to the academia? Wait,
Oh, so you've already landed yourselves on the academia's hit list. However, had I wished to turn you over to the academia,
Bentar guys.
don't you think
Cek
you'd
lagi
already be the
audionya, guys.
Eremites' honored guests by now?
Tes. Deh, gerak woi. Oh, ngomong gua harus deket banget biar jelas. Oke, ini agak digedein nggak apa-apa. 3. Oke, no problem. Nah, nanti kita harus
right.
deketin. Oke, wait.
You do have a point.
Nah, gini. Biar enak
I have no
ngomongnya.
interest in running errands for that project. As a scholar, I've always belonged to the camp that promotes researcher autonomy.
Oh, gini kan enak yang ngomongnya ya.
And these days, you're more fascinating than anything the sages can
Maksud
offer.
kamu apa nih? Saya lebih menarik.
Not quite. To tell you the truth, I'm still investigating the divine knowledge capsule. Unfortunately, I've run into some difficulties.
Oke.
Everyone says the capsule originated in the desert and was eventually moved to Port Ormos. If I am to get to the bottom of this, I must understand how the capsule first came to be. Which brings me back to you and why you're so interesting. The leader of
Kita
Aino
bukan
Akhmar used the
gay,
divine knowledge
Bang
capsule
Hitam.
right in front of you.
Saya
And upon
masih suka
seeing him,
cewek.
your expression became perplexed, and you were lost in thought for quite some time. To have that kind of reaction, I think you must have realized something. Are you interested at all in sharing what you've been hiding from me?
Alhaitham, you really have a ridiculous eye for detail. What kind of person?
So
Bingung
that's
sebenarnya
your
sama story
answer.
ini nih.
Well, I do work for the academia after all. So considering
Betul,
that, it
setidaknya
is
kamu
indeed
itu
wise
kerja
to keep
sama
your cards close to your
akademia.
chest. But that does prove you do have some undisclosed information about the divine knowledge capsule. Am I right?
Iya,
No
betul.
matter. Rather than simply learning the answers from you, I'd still prefer to investigate on my own. Speaking of,
That's right. We have the same plan as you, but we don't really have any concrete goals at the moment.
then I'd suggest starting with Aru Village.
Haru
It's the
Village.
largest settlement in the desert, so it'll probably have more resources and
It's
Okay, let's go.
always better to travel with someone you know. Let's go.
Oke. Sebelum itu kita buka teleportnya dulu. Terus habis kita buka ini, kita bakal daily bentar. Oke. Jadi kita bakal jalan buka teleport Statue of the Seven-nya, tapi kita bakal ngikuti jalan rayanya aja. Aduh nge-lag, maaf baru. Oke. Hai Sil. Bagus ya ternyata padang pasir ya. Vibes-nya tuh biasanya Genshin itu daun lah, di Sumeru hijau lah. Lah.
Gotcha.
Ada event nggak sih? Oh ada eventnya kita ini ya. Oh oke. Oh oke, ada event juga. Nah, kita ambil, benar-benar.
Collecting rare and
Kita lanjut
exquisite
dulu ke
treasures.
questnya dulu.
Yes, this seems suitably sophisticated.
Another test subject. Jab cross. That angle.
Aduh. Sini.
Let's light it up.
Ini. Oke. Lah, masih ada satu dong. Masih. Oke, let's go.
Today is a lucky day.
Itu tuh Statue of the Seven-nya tuh. Ini ada apa nih? Apa nih? Partikel dendro. Oke. Jadi kita harus ngambil itu. Oke. Selesain sekalian aja ya. Aduh, ganti ini. Nah, udah sampai. Tunggu. Ini buat nge-craft itu kan. Haru penaung para pengungsi. Oke, kita ambil. Kita buka Statue of the Seven-nya. Dunia akan terbuka bagi orang-orang yang berhati mulia. Let's go. Padahal yang ini belum selesai teleporternya. Aduh, no. Level 1. Aku belum ngoleksi Dendroculusnya sih. Sebelum kita kena lagi. Benernya nggak boleh lanjut dulu deh.
Before us lies Aru Village, the safe haven of the desert.
Whoa, this landscape is really something else.
Ya. Tak kira nge-crash. Wow. Cutscene ternyata ya. Aku lupa tadi. Wow. Sama-sama B5 nih.
Sino.
Okay, cool.
Unless my memory fails me, we have barely spoken 2 words to each other before now at the Academia. Would you care to enlighten me as to when and how I invited the General Mahamatra's wrath?
Oh, Hatham. Do not think you can escape my judgment, just because you managed to escape my attack.
Judgment? So that's how you'd characterize your actions here, is it? Or would elimination perhaps be a more accurate description?
Had I used my full strength, not even this traveler would have been able to stop me.
Full strength, okay. Maksudnya?
Though styled like an assassination, I sought only to ensure that my target would be unable to flee or resist. Standard practice for the Matra, as well you know.
seemed to me more like your own personal touch.
Who is that, Alhaitham? Did you call him General Mahamatra?
Yes. General Mahamatra Sino, head of all the Matra at the Academia. He's a formidable hunter, and the ultimate nightmare for any who have committed academic crimes.
You seem to have placed a lot of trust in Alhaitham, to the point of blocking an attack for him. If I were you, I'd never choose to side with him. I wouldn't believe a single word that comes out of his mouth.
Kenapa nih? Maksudnya apa nih?
I have been pursuing this scribe for a long time. I urge you, stand back and do not seek to defend him any longer. Otherwise...
Has Alhaitham done something wrong? Paimon doesn't think he's as bad as you've made him out to be.
I won't waste my breath explaining things. Alhaitham, I saw it during our fight. Take it out. The divine knowledge capsule you're hiding on your person. Unless you want me to retrieve it for myself.
Very perceptive of you. Nothing escapes a Matra's senses.
Wait, the divine knowledge capsule? Didn't it fall into the Matra's hands in Port Ormos?
No wonder you speak with such confidence, Sino. But I must admit, I'm very curious. What does this capsule mean to you? And why, as General Mahamatra of the Academia, are you all alone in the desert? As
Jadi,
far as I'm aware, the other Matra have been speculating about your disappearance.
kalau nggak salah
Have you
itu
been given a mission that's,
siapa namanya Alhaitham itu
let's say,
pernah minta tolong buat
morally
nyariin itu ya,
dubious?
divine suci pengetahuannya itu ya, tapi nggak dapat. Terus bilang ke kita kalau dia nggak punya, nggak dapat. Ternyata dia baru dapat gitu ya.
If I was the real target of your mission, what was stopping you from simply using your authority and resources to judge me within the...
I should have known you'd be difficult to deal with.
You two? Ugh. What you would do, Traveler? Paimon feels like we can't trust either of them.
Well, look at you two,
Yeah.
acting all tough and self-righteous over there.
Wait, Dia? Great! Finally, someone that we can trust! You gotta help us out here, otherwise these two are gonna start fighting and...
Yeah, sure looks that way. Two giants from the Academia duking it out once and for all. Now, listen, I know you academic types love to fill up your big brains with self-righteous morality and lord your empty wills and virtues over each other. But how dare you bring your petty disputes into the safe haven of Aru Village? It seems like someone's gonna have to beat some sense into your thick skulls until you finally learn.
Kenapa jadi 3 orang?
Hey, did either of you hear a word?
Whoa, what's going on? The wind's so strong! Is this a sandstorm? Paimon's gonna get blown away!
Another sandstorm? What's up with these recently?
Hey! All of you, over here, quickly! We have to take cover!
Someone's calling for us! Oh, this wind is too strong! Let's get over there!
That
Paimon
sounded like
suaranya annoying
Candace. Come on, you two. Jeez, are all of you Academia folks such hard work? Move it!
All right, stop yelling.
Oke. Aduh, annoying banget suaranya Paimon. Kenapa nggak jadi kayak pom-pom gitu lucu?
Well, this is pretty
Kok jadi
awkward.
kagok gini ya? Astaga.
Hey, wanna play sardines with 3 people who wanna tear each other limb from limb? Sure, why not? Sounds fun. The air is so thick and heavy. Paimon can hardly keep floating anymore.
My sincere apologies, everyone. This is the home of our village chief. I will have to ask you to make do with this small room until the sandstorm dies down. Please, let me introduce myself. I am Candace, protector of Aru Village.
Matanya beda satu warna. Beda warna ya.
Nice to meet you, Candace. The name's Paimon. Thank you so much for helping us.
There's no need to thank me. It's only right to help each other when the weather gets rough.
Wow, she's so gentle and caring.
Kakak
Like
ini
a
lembut
nice
dan baik
older
hati.
sister.
Nggak kayak
Alright.
mereka di sana.
Now that we're all better acquainted, we should return to the topic at hand. As a guardian charged with the
By the way, aku punya
responsibility to
Candice deh,
protect
cuma
my
nggak
fellow
taat.
villagers from harm,
Karena dia lebih ke
I was
Silder kalau
observing your
nggak salah.
conflict from afar,
Ya,
even
Silder ya.
before the sandstorm started. And now that you have set foot within our village itself, it is all the more my responsibility to make... So please, have
Ente
an
itu
honest
bintang
and sincere
4.
conversation with
Tolong.
one another, and put your host... If anyone dares to start anything again while they are under this roof, I will not hesitate to send them out for some quality time with the creatures of the sandstorm.
Oh, on second thought, Paimon may have misjudged Candace's care.
And that goes for you too, Miss Dia. Do I make myself clear?
All right, we got it, Candace.
That's what I like to hear. So, which of you will begin?
I was supposed to be a mediator, but I might have gotten a little too involved just now. Anyway, one of...
Wait, that was you trying to be a mediator?
I have nothing to hide, so there's no shame in explaining myself. While Al-Haytham wasn't wrong about the other Matra not knowing my whereabouts, it's not because I've been assigned a morally dubious mission. Rather, I've chosen to exile myself.
Huh? Exile yourself?
Why?
A little while ago, I discovered that there was data missing in the Academia's project planning and development files. What little they did report clearly did not match the project's actual progress. As General Mahamatra, I had the responsibility and authority to request an audit. However, to my surprise, the person responsible for the erroneous data was none other than Grand Sage Azar himself.
Okay.
I tried to investigate the issue myself before submitting a formal audit request, but I soon found that all leads and potential pieces of incriminating evidence were carefully concealed from me. I began to realize that they were cautious of me from the very beginning. Unsurprisingly, the Grand Sage rejected my audit request as soon as the submission reached his desk. He even said to me, "The power of the General Mahamatra is granted by the sages. You have no right to judge
Oke,
us."
jadi Mahamatra Agung itu kayak auditor ya atau pengecek.
So they really are up to no good.
Pengecek buat apa sih kalau di Indonesia?
I realized
Pemerintahan
then
gitu ya.
that to the Grand Sage, the Matra are nothing more than tools for the sages to assert and maintain their control over the vows that we took, the principles that we strive to uphold. They are
Matra
meaningless
itu
to the
penegak hukum mungkin
Academia
ya
of
bahasanya.
today.
Mungkin penegak hukum, yes.
I believed it would be wise to flee the Academia before the sages had a chance to take action against me. This way, they can no longer see nor predict my actions. I will never give up on this investigation. There's no need for someone else to give me power or authority.
Kayaknya dia
Once
ngomong
I find the
judgment
truth,
karena dia itu penegak hukum ya.
I will administer judgment.
Sino seems to have the same goal as us. We're all in the plus now that he's no longer the General Mahamatra. He somehow feels a lot less scared. Well, Sino, if that's your story, then why did you see Al-Haytham as a target?
When I was investigating the matter in the Academia, I overheard a conversation between Al-Haytham and a sage.
Oke.
The sages asked you to investigate a blonde-haired traveler. Do you dispute this, Al-Haytham?
Oh alah.
Like many parts of the project, this assignment was undocumented. Now throw in your suspicious behavior with the Divine Knowledge Capsule.
Yes, I was indeed tasked with investigating the Traveler.
Oke.
After all, the promised reward was so great that hardly any scholar could have refused. The sage told me, once you've completed this assignment, I can give you a glimpse of divine knowledge.
Oke, wait.
A most enticing offer.
Unfortunately, those academics don't. Their words contained one key piece of information. Namely, that divine knowledge indeed from my perspective, the sages are far from trustworthy. Think about it. Isn't it a little strange they're so willing to share divine knowledge with anyone? Even so, I began my own investigation following the lead of the divine knowledge capsule. In the end, I realized my wisdom in committing to this rather than collaborating with the sages. Had I been less guarded, I probably would have ended.
You mean that the sages originally planned to dispose of you, using one of those capsules that drive...
I'd already given up on the assignment by then. I only told the academia I was waiting in Port Ormos for you to appear so they wouldn't suspect anything. So it came as quite a surprise when I encountered my erstwhile target while investigating the divine knowledge capsule.
Criminals do love to talk about coincidences.
Even though I ran into the traveler by chance, I had no intention of providing assistance to the academia. Also, you should remember, you were the ones who decided to follow me and strike up a conversation after I left that tavern.
That's true. Al-Haytham helped us out at Caravan Rebat as well. Maybe he's telling the truth.
I'm willing to apologize, if that's worth anything to you. I took the divine knowledge capsule behind your back because I judged its existence to be a significant risk. I felt that it would be best for no one to interact with it before it had been properly studied. After all, curiosity often proves to be the most dangerous thing in this land.
You should be well aware, Scribe Al-Haytham,
Lagi baca teks
that
terus nih,
curiosity can
story-nya
also
nih.
lead you to danger and
Ternyata
suspicion.
Al-Haytham itu disuruh Sage, terus ini Saino ini ternyata dia pelarian.
Answer me this. Did the
Have I not made myself clear?
Kepencet.
You and I are both distrusted by the academia. Do you really think they would tell me anything?
Fine. Although you haven't completely proven your innocence, I won't regard you as an enemy.
As you wish.
Good. I'm glad to see you two clearing up your misunderstanding. And now you, Dia.
Dia ini
I
juga ikut.
believe it.
Oh, sorry. Whatever the boys were talking about must have been so boring that I spaced out. My situation is pretty straightforward. My employer, Dunyarzad of the Homayani family, is friends with the traveler and is currently recovering from her illness at home.
Mulutnya gerak dong, Mbak Dea.
I had nothing going on, so I decided to return to Aru village for a visit. I was actually looking forward to a pretty exciting time getting back together with everyone here. But then I saw these two random guys in the middle of a pointless argument. It ticked me off, and things went downhill.
Is that all? Well, I will admit that definitely sounds like your style. In that case, welcome back, Dia.
That's more like it. I missed you all so much, Candace.
Whoa! What was that sound?
No need to worry. Now that you're no longer at each other's throats, please make yourselves at home.
Creatures? In the sandstorm? Are you sure you don't want some backup?
Fighting in a sandstorm is not for the faint-hearted. Anyone without extensive training in these conditions is at it.
Yeah, just leave him to Candace. Don't worry, she's as tough as they
Bintang
come.
4 bro. Ya, sebenarnya itu bintang 4 tuh juga bagus. Kalau C6 biasanya ada beberapa bintang 4 yang bagus, seperti bintang 4 awal-awal kayak Xiangling, kemudian ada Bennett, terus siapa lagi ya? Oh, Visual, Sucrose. Tapi yang baru-baru ini itu B4-nya, bintang 4-nya, karakter bintang 4-nya itu agak lemah gitu ya, nggak sebagus dulu gitu. Atau potensialnya belum kebuka aja, kita juga nggak tahu ya.
Alright, let's go. We've been here long.
Oke, kita jalan-jalan aja. Loh, udah selesai nih ngobrolnya nih. Ya, let's go. Kalau udah, kita daily quest bentar ya. Kita daily quest bentar aja. Buat ngambil primogem, terus nanti kita bisa nge-wish cukup banyak. Ini di atas ada Dendroculus. Tuh, atasnya di mana lagi tuh? Untung ada Kasuha. Coba kita ke sini. Ini masih tangan-tangan only up nih. Oh, di situ. Oke. Dan ke aku kalau ngambil biasanya kasih tanda. Tanda bintang. Berarti udah pernah diambil. Itu sih triknya. Oke, kita daily quest bentar buat ngambil primogem. Kita daily quest bentar ya. Terus aduh, agak lama nih daily quest yang ini. Oke, no problem deh. Aduh, dulu. Kita daily quest bentar. Terus kita bakal ngegacha. Bentar. Enggak, 10 sih paling. Kalau bisa tak pasin sih. 5. Oh, ini bisa sekali. Oke deh, kita selesaiin dulu bentar. 259, 60, 260, 320. Enggak, 320. Iya, bisa dapat 2 ya. Iya, bisa dapat 2 loh. Oke. Kita pakai hilang buat lari cepet. Oke, kita terbang ke situ. Aduh, salah dong terbangnya dong. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Kok bisa? Oke. Kita ke sini. Listrik. Terbang. Ini aku sering banget. Oh iya, aku lupa. Udah bisa buka. Sorry guys, bentar guys. Udah bisa buka misinya di Sumeru belum ya? Daily. Tuh nggak bisa ya. Kenapa belum bisa ya? Kok nggak bisa ganti ya? Kenapa ya belum bisa buka ya? Tuh nggak usah lah, langsung aja deh. Nah, langsung aja selesai. Let's go, another one. Set. Oke, musuhnya di bawah. Kita kasih ini. Oh, musuhnya ngancur ini nggak perlu susah-susah.
Take flight.
Aduh, ambil dulu deh. Ambil bentar. Terus kita harus ngancurin ini tuh. Oke, cukup. Kita lanjut lagi. Mana nih misinya? Oh, situ 1 sama ini 1. Let's go. Oke. Nah, ini poin plusnya Ayaka itu dia bisa jalan di atas air. Aduh. Saya blunder ya. Udahlah nggak pakai Ayaka. Wah, mati dong kalau gini Ayakuku. Bentar. Blunder. Yang nambah energi itu kalau nggak salah, stamina itu, stamina ini kayak gini. Mengurangi, memulihkan 80 stamina, memulihkan 60 stamina. Oke, yuk. Masa di dash nggak bisa nih sampai dong. Masa nggak bisa? Oke, let's go. Blunder. Kumpulin, ulti, tarik, puter, kena yang ini, kasih ini, ulti. Let's go. Wait, bentar guys. Aduh. Guys, bentar ya guys. Tak tinggal bentar. Aduh, aduh, aduh. Maaf. Aduh. Oke. Aduh. Oke. Kita udah selesai. Kurang 1. Terus kita lanjut story. Oke. Aku agak skip aja buat daily questnya ya. Soalnya daily quest nih gak boring. Kalau story kan sekali aja, maksudnya sekali doang. Tapi kalau ini kan dilakukan berkali-kali. Ambil. Kazuha tuh benar-benar bagus banget sih. Oke, cukup. Dah, kita lanjut story. Terus aku campnya tak mati dulu, aku sambil makan ya guys. Jadi kita bakal lanjut sambil aku makan. Campku nggak mati lagi tuh. Nah, oke, aman. Yes, no problem. Nah, kita bakal sambil lanjut story. Oke.
Candace, you're still fighting? You've been out here dealing with these creatures the entire time?
Yes.
Aku sambil otomatis deh.
They just keep coming in waves. I've lost count of how many I've defeated. Before I realized it, even the sandstorm had stopped.
Ah! Here comes another wave!
Leave this round to us. I got interrupted earlier, but now I have something to take my anger out on.
It's been quite a while since I've seen the flame main in action. I'll leave these to you then.
I'll be sure to put on a good show.
Tinggal
Let's
apaan ya?
go!
Lah, katanya dia yang lawan. Kali ini dia malah aku yang suruh lawan. Dia nih aduh. Seret.
Here comes another wave! When are they ever gonna let up?
Tungguin. Ayo atas, dia.
The creatures stopped appearing. Was that the last of them?
What we fought just now was probably the aftermath of the sandstorm. So we should be safe for the time being.
Well fought, everyone. No injuries, I hope.
Huh? Who are you?
Ah, my apologies. I haven't had a chance to greet you yet. I had my hands full taking care of the village's elderly and children. I am the chief of Aru village. Everyone usually calls me Uncle.
Sir, I am also originally from the desert, but I have not been back for some time now. May I ask if such sandstorms are common?
I can't say they've always been common, but recently the storms have become increasingly severe and frequent. Besides sandstorms, we also occasionally get earthquakes. According to an investigator who stayed in the village a while ago, these unusual natural...
Another effect of Irminsul's withering. So, Irminsul's withering causes withering zones in the forest, and sandstorms and earthquakes here in the desert?
Everything in the natural world is inextricably connected to Irminsul. These regional symptoms can indeed be a reflection of Irminsul's present state.
Everyone in Aru Village needs to take good care of themselves. Speaking of which, why haven't I seen a single village keeper since I got here?
Village keeper? Who are they? Village guards like Candace?
Does your curiosity know no bounds? Village Keeper is how Aru Village refers to mad scholars exiled here by the Academia. Most of them are scholars who lost their sanity after a period of training in the Avidia Forest. The Academia believes that their crazed mutterings may have a negative effect on the psyches of other scholars.
Alas, that's exactly what we've been trying to investigate. One by one, the village keepers have been mysteriously disappearing without a trace. But no one in the village has ever seen them leave. If you're planning to stay around the village for the next few days, I'd appreciate it if you could keep an eye out for them.
I've had encounters with those people in the past. I'll see what I can do to help.
The Matra are the ones responsible for their exile. Now that you're no longer with them, are you trying to alleviate your guilt and atone for your past sins? I'm fascinated by how you think.
Mock me if you will, but if you are guilty, I will eliminate you, regardless of my position or identity.
Oh, you're the former General Mahamatra. You must be an expert in these kinds of investigations. Thank you for...
Is it because you're reminded of Hypatia? Oh, these poor scholars. First they lose their sanity, now this! We need to help get them back home, safe and sound. But, is it really a good idea to tag along with Sino? You seem like you really don't trust him.
I'll be grateful for the assistance. No doubt you will do a better job than some of my former subordinates. Let's start by finding a spot to share what we know so far.
Oke. Jika dekat berarti kita bakal lanjutin main questnya sama Sino ya. Ordil. Cuma ngomong gitu tuh. Bentar, kita lanjut main quest dulu aja. Pindah lokasi dan berkonfirmasi dengan Sino. Ini ada side quest cuma. Ya dulu deh. Kita lanjut main quest deh. Hup.
Although I've sent myself into exile, I'm still doing essentially the same things as before. Do you still have any questions for me before we start our investigation? One of my former subordinates told me that this title has its origins in a strange incident. The Academia has long exiled mad scholars to Aru Village. A mysterious phenomenon exists here. When mad scholars first arrive, they are as incoherent and deranged as before. But after spending some time here, they invariably begin to calm down. Initially, the people of Aru Village greatly resented having to take in the mad scholars. But a strange incident one night changed that. Aru Village was struck by the strongest earthquake in living memory. Seeing buildings on the verge of collapse all around him, the then chief of the village was preparing to take everyone to safety. Suddenly, he noticed a mad scholar crouching in a corner, caressing the ground with his hands. A soft, green light radiated from him, like a divine glow against the backdrop of night. Despite the powerful tremors that ripped through the ground that night, all the houses remained upright, almost as if they had grown roots reaching deep into the ground. In the end, not a single building collapsed, and no one was hurt. After that, the people of Aru Village treated the mad scholars with greater kindness, and began to refer to them as the village keepers.
A soft green light? A mad scholar protecting Aru Village? I would think so too. Actually, Sino, do you know if any of the mad scholars continued to wear their Akasha terminals at Aru Village?
In theory, they would continue wearing them so the academia could still monitor their activities. With that said, the main Akasha system would no longer have any interaction with them.
Oh, no wonder! Everything makes sense then! Add in the fact that they calmed down, it was probably Nahida who calmed them.
If you are able to draw a conclusion from this one story alone, then it appears you possess much more information than I do. So, what do you make of the story? Really? Lesser Lord Kusanali.
What? You don't believe us? Lesser Lord Kusanali was definitely using the Akasha to give her power to the Mad Scholars!
No, it's not so much that I don't believe you. I'm just struck by your reasoning. Lesser Lord Kusanali, the current Dendro Archon. Is she really active in Sumeru? The Academia has always placed far greater importance on the late Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. They've more or less ignored Lesser Lord Kusanali, and I've never had any reason to doubt their views. In addition, I've never heard any stories about Lesser Lord Kusanali and her deeds. To me, she might as well have been a god that never existed.
No way! Nahida definitely exists! She's a... how should Paimon put it? She's a good Archon who's come...
I've spent many years interrogating criminals, so I can easily tell when someone is lying.
Good! Then you should know that we're telling the truth!
That look in your eyes. I've never seen that from a liar. You two really must have met Lesser Lord Kusanali. How can this be? To think, our Archon has been amongst us this entire time.
Alright, now it's our turn to put our skills to good use for this but easier said than done. Especially since we don't have any leads. Maybe we can start by knocking on some doors.
Aduh tuh. Tuh.
Excuse me, are you here to help me find my grandpa?
Huh? Who are you?
Apa nih?
By the sounds of it, a resident of this village.
My name is Isaac. You'll
Hello,
help me
Isaac.
find my
Isaac.
grandpa, right?
Is your grandpa a mad scholar?
Hey, don't say that. Grandpa is just Grandpa. Why do you have to call him that? It's not like he's a bad person or anything.
The person you're referring to is not a local, yet you are. Why do you call him Grandpa?
Grandpa is just Grandpa. He's my family. I heard everything you said to the village chief. Please, you gotta take me with...
Ah, so you're the one who was eavesdropping on us around the village chief's house. I was planning to go out and take care of whoever it was.
Whoa. Hatham wasn't kidding about Matra having sharp senses. Sino, he's just a kid. All he wants is to find his grandpa. Let's find a way to help him.
Sorry. I was only listening in because I wanted to know where Grandpa went.
All right. But first...
Tuh, lagi minum teh lagi. Benar bicara dengan Indonesia di mana? Oh, sip. Tuh tangan nih. Wah, kayak selari lagi. Ganti jalan aja, ganti kasual boleh. Hit. Hold. F. Dah, malah G. F. F.
Sino is super vigilant. Is this what all the
Ah, you're back already.
We just wanted to confirm something with you.
I had a feeling he'd go looking for you.
Huh? You knew this would happen?
Yes. Although he tried his best to stay hidden, I still noticed him eavesdropping outside the window. Isak's parents were both Aramite mercenaries who rarely returned to the village. Unfortunately, it was only a few years before his grandpa passed away. Later, an elderly mad scholar arrived at the village. Isak thought however, the scholar was unkempt in appearance and incoherent in speech. One summer night, the oft mumbling and bumbling Grandpa walked up to Isak and patted him on the head. He even took Isak to the entrance of the next morning. Isak woke up and wanted to go find his grandpa again. It's said that those who saw the scholar claimed he no longer appeared to be crazy, but Isak was thrilled that his grandpa was able to find peace and would follow him all the time, asking him things like,
All this somehow just makes Paimon feel really sad.
perhaps. Nearly everyone who lives in the desert has some form of hardship or regret. But even so, we must still continue on with our lives. It's also my reason for fighting. I must continue to protect this land.
Makeupnya di desa sini tebel-tebel ya. Makeupnya itu tebel-tebel loh. Iya, kakek yang tersadar kelihatannya Naida.
Maybe the people have always had a considerate god watching over them.
Huh? What did you say, Sino?
No, nothing. As long as Isak keeps his word and doesn't get in our way, we can take him along.
Perhaps you are more compassionate than I gave you credit for. Please accept my thanks on Isak's behalf, Sino.
Wah, aduh, yo. Fokus. Aduh, kenyangan.
Hey, Isak!
Bah,
Oh, it's you guys!
We've cleared everything up. Let's go find your grandpa.
Really? Wow! Thank you so much! Yeah!
All right. Let's ask the local residents some questions first.
woi. Aduh, questnya selesai. Oke, kita cek sini. Ini ada loot. Oke. Ini nih update barunya Genshin. Kalau kita selesaiin main questnya, kita bakal dapat hadiah gitu. Dan intertwine fate. Lumayan sih, lumayan. Aduh, salah pencet. Oke, ini kita ambil bisa nggak sih? Nggak dapat apa-apa. Ada mail. Yokai besar. Kita ambil achievement. Oke, kita dapat 15 primogen. Terus kita masa 10 nggak bisa? 10 pul bisa lah. 10 pul bisa lah. Buat ending gitu, buat ending sedikit. Oke, kita punya berapa? 8 di sini itu tempat yang bagus buat ngumpul di mana? Kita udahan dulu ya, maksudnya story-nya kita cukup. Terus kita mau ngepull. Kita mau ngepull ini nih, bagus lah. Boleh lah ya, sini lah ya. Nah, kita mau ngepull. Kita mau nyoba ngepull senjata. Tapi sebenarnya pedang nggak begitu perlu ya. Perlu nggak sih pedang? Kalau kita lihat senjatanya ini itu pedang udah cukup banyak sih, dan karakter pedang itu nggak banyak juga. Daripada ngepull senjata, kita nyoba ngepull kasu aja. Apa hal hitam? Hal hitam DPS Dendro juga menarik loh. Kita pull di al hitam aja ya. Kita pull al hitam. Ya oke. Kita satu-satu. Yuk muncul. 1. Oke, ini nanti kita bisa beli lagi nih. 2. Pakai teori kah? Kalau katanya Bang Winda, Bang Brando, teori apa nih? Teori nggak usah deh, bingung aku. Ini cuma single pull kok. Oke, kita juga bukan ngincer, sebenarnya ini lebih ke pemuasan live stream aja sih. 3, 4. Kalau bisa dapat, kalau bisa malah jangan dapat AH hitam sih, ini PT soalnya. 5. Oke. 6. Oke. 7. Masa nggak dapat ungu sama sekali? 8. Ih, beneran nggak dapat ungu? Wait, what? Beneran nggak dapat ungu? Ini bisa 2 kali kan? Ya ini ya 2 terakhir ya, harusnya dapat ungu 1 nih. 9. PT-nya baru 46. Dapat AH hitam. What? 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 Why? What? Bentar. AH hitam best team. Kalau nggak salah dia lebih cocok sama siapa nih? Benar. AH hitam, Nahida, Shinchu, Kuki, Shinobu. Oke, AH hitam sama Nahida, Yelan oke. Sama Nahida masuk sama listrik. Official. Oke sih. Unexpected banget sih dapat AH hitam. Aku cuma mau main pool biasa lu. Ya bersyukur sih dapat cepet PT-nya. Cuma out of nowhere banget gitu loh. Wow. Kalau gitu naik gini mah mending ini tak kasih haran ke paku. 12 elemental 12 elemental damage dalam menggunakan steel. Oke. Damage normal attack AH hitam skillnya apa aja juga aku kurang tahu sih. Cuma kalau nggak salah dia itu kayak catching kan. Wah, dia mainnya elemental mastery. Iya, elemental mastery. Tapi yang jelas kalau kita ngelihat komposisi timnya, dia lebih ke, coba kita buat sini. Dia kita pasangin siapa tadi? AH hitam.
How long will this require exactly?
Kita pasangin Yelan.
It's time to pull the trigger.
Kita pasangin Nahida.
I've been waiting
Dan
for you for
katanya
ages.
yang bagus tuh listrik. Cuma listrik tuh aku nggak punya yang bagus. Visualku tuh sebenarnya oke, cuma aku belum nge-up sih.
In the name of the princessin.
Ini ya tim yang menurut. Tapi kok yang jadi cuma Yelan doang. Apa kita coba build ini next time ya? Dan kalau misalnya kita gacha ini, mungkin besok kita bakal gacha sih next. Aduh, aku barusan dapet dong. Ini kita bakal coba gacha. Kalau kita dapat Freedom Sword, senjatanya Kazuha, kita pakein nanti AH hitam kasih senjatanya Haran Kepaku Futsu. Tapi kalau kita dapat ini, ini buat jadi ini kita bakal simpen buat next. Aku nggak nyesel sih, nggak, lumayan sebenarnya AH hitam, dan kita bakal bisa pakai buat next. Aduh, wait ngeheng. Oke, aman. Keren sih. Oh, dia bawa pedang itu. Oke. Keren. Set. Dia punya pedang tambahan, oke. Udah level up bisa lah.
Wait. Huh?
Oke. Kita kasih yang ini.
Whatever.
Asen kita punya.
Thank you.
By the way, talentnya apa nih? Oke. Ada anjing. Oke, charge attack ya. Menarik. Kita dapat ini, kita bisa gacha tapi besok aja. Oke guys, thank you. Penonton, kita lanjut main Valorant. Jadi aku bakal stop stream dan kita bakal lanjut lagi sampai malam. Thank you.